Okay, welcome to the budget update and briefing. I said that I was going to give you a regular update on where we are in terms of the finances of the city and the challenges that face us. When I think I mentioned about the funding cuts that we were going to have to deliver over the next few years, I think we talked about 109 million pound was the figure that we had to find. And of course, you'll have heard recently, the last couple of weeks, the government talking about an extra 10% cut to local government. Well, in real terms, what that means to the city that has gone from 109 million pound as a budget gap, it's now gone up to 140 million pound. From our point of view, from the city's point of view, I keep saying about the money that we get from central government and our own money that we receive. But let me just sort of tell you some of the things that we've been doing as a way of supporting some of the most vulnerable within the city, because clearly I know that's a worry, not only to me, but of course to you and to those that are suffering and struggling at the moment. In terms of the government scrapped the council tax relief, the council tax benefit that it gave to councils. Governments are great at saying that they are going to give more powers to local councils, but what they then do is take money away from local councils at the same time. And what we've had is we've had to use your money, 1.7 million pounds, to ease the burden in this first year to those that have been affected by the council tax benefit reduction. And that's been reduced the amount that people would have to pay for the first time, down from 17% down to just under 8%. It's a help. It's not ideal. I wish there could have been much more that we were able to do, but I also wish the government hadn't taken it away from us in the first instance. But it is something that we've done. It's still going to mean people are going to find it difficult to pay the council tax, and we accept that. But what we've also done to try to support people as well as we put £400,000 into a poverty fund. We've put £50,000 into food banks. We put £3 million into a home support scheme to help first-time buyers. And we put £1 million into credit unions to try to stop the proliferation of these credit sort of cowboys who are, if you like, sort of taking advantage of people's difficulty to make ends meet. So we put £1 million in to support some of our credit unions. We also still give roughly £66 million in grants to the voluntary and community sector to help them, help you, help those that are struggling to make ends meet. But I said, and I keep reminding people that the huge amount of money that we get from central government, which goes to help us deliver some of the services that we run. It's over a billion pounds worth of funding comes from central government. 76% of the money that we spend. 310 million is passported to schools. That means schools directly get that funding. £294 million of it goes on housing benefits, and it's paid directly to the claimants, those who claim housing benefits. £319 million, that's about 24% of the money that we spend comes from your council tax and from other income like parking charges and business rates. And out of that, we then spend £174 million to those vulnerable adults within the city. On children's services, which includes fostering and adoption, we spend about £108 million. And we pay a levy then to the Passenger Transport Authority, which actually provides bus passes for yourselves and concessionary travel to people as well. That's £43 million. Just to empty our bins cost us £35 million. Our libraries, for instance, is £11 million. And our swimming pools and leisure centres £11 million. So you can see the amount of money that we have to spend out. I mean, just for instance, in our green spaces, it costs us over £10 million just to maintain those. So it's a massive amount of money that we have going out and a small amount of money coming in. And so, you know, we have to, if you like, start a conversation with you about how we actually make ends meet, in other words. Clearly, we can't afford to run the services in the way that we have done because simply we haven't got that money. Government or nobody is going to come over the hill and save us and give us money to spend. We're going to have to cut our cloth accordingly. We're going to give you an opportunity to have your say about how we spend that money. We're also going to introduce an app for those who are technical like me, as an app for you to engage with us as a council in terms of so you can tell us what it is you think we should be spending that money on. It is extremely difficult for us, as I said, to make ends meet, and at the same time we're going to have to try and show support to those most in need. We aim to get that balance right. We also aim to grow the city's economy so we can create jobs and opportunities for the city. But it's important that you know exactly the challenge that faces. And as I said at the outset of this presentation, you can see that we have £140 million to find over the next 3 years. In itself, it's going to be a huge challenge for us. And I know that hopefully you will give me your support and show your trust in me as I make the judgments about what we keep, what services we protect, and go about doing what we've done over the last couple of years. As I said, I'm not going to shirk from my responsibilities, and I know you'll continue to give me your support to actually make the tough decisions that lie ahead of us. So we'll be in touch. I'll keep you informed about the decisions that we have to make, and I'll also come back and tell you about the opportunities to engage with us so you can really have a say in how the council is going to spend your money in the right way. But, you know, the message simply from me is this council can no longer run and do things as it used to do. We've got to change, and that's why it's important that you inform me, you tell me, you engage with us through Have Your Say, to tell me exactly what you think we should be stopping, should be halting, because we can no longer afford to do it. You know, the council will end up going bust if we carry on doing what we're doing. We simply have to stop. That's why I want your support looking at the services that we need to halt and those that we need to protect. So we will come back to you shortly. So if you keep tuning into Liverpool Express, we'll give you more information as we get it. Thank you.